Okay, let's close the show. Top 10 movie romances. Get ready. Are you in the mood for love, Jerry?
I'm always in the mood for love.
Okay. Number 10. This is from Shadowlocked.com. Top 10 movie romances. Number 10, Body Heat, William Hurt and Kathleen Turner.
Okay. Well, it's a sexy movie, but I don't think it's very romantic. I mean, it's, yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's not the romance, the kind of romance that you want is with Kathleen
I mean,
Turner
the one in which you die at the end of it.
Yeah.
It's not so great.
One way or another, if you fall in love, you're going to die. That's my point, anyway. Die a little inside. Number 9, The Way We Were, Streisand and Redford.
Okay, all right. I can see that one.
Number 8 would definitely be on my list. Bridges in Madison County, Clint Eastwood and Meryl Streep.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely in my, that's in my, top 100. But I mean, yeah, I do love that movie.
That's a movie where you absolutely feel the love and the regret and the memories and
Mm-hmm.
Number 7. This is a movie that William Friedkin discussed during our interview with him. A Man and a Woman, 1966.
Yes, I see that. Yeah, that's an important movie, but it's so dated. It's really hard to get through now. I tried to watch it a few weeks ago, and I was like, ugh, I just can't watch it.
Number 8, number 6. I'm sorry. Well, this is odd. Number 6, As Good as It Gets.
I mean, I can see it, but I'm not gonna. But yeah.
Number 5, Now Voyager, 1942, Bette Davis.
Wow. Okay, that's a good one. That is a good one. Mhm.
Number 4, Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Definitely.
Okay. Number 3 is the movie I'm sure would be on the top of most people's list, and that's Casablanca.
Mhm. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Can't really have a romance movie list without Casablanca. I mean,
No.
Dr. Zhivago is their number 2.
That would definitely be on of all these. That would definitely be like on the top. Yeah, that was a great one.
And out of Omar Sharif and Julie Christie, which one do you think is on the top?
Julie Christie, without a doubt.
Number 1. Their number 1 greatest romance is Brief Encounter, 1945.
Absolutely, I would say that. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, my top 10 would be Harold and Maude, maybe Gone with the Wind. I would put Gone with the Wind, yeah. La Salante, Casablanca, Annie Hall. A Little Romance would be obviously my favorite one. Annie Hall would be next, and I don't know, Breaking the Waves and Unbearable Lightness of Being, or The Lady Eve, or All the Real Girls. Yeah, All the Real Girls, and obviously All the Real Girls and 500 Days of Summer. I would put Dr. Zhivago. I would put Annie Hall, definitely. And Casablanca. These some of the ones they actually put on the list are very good. I mean, there are a lot. I mean, Before Sunrise, the whole Before
you
Sunrise
would have to put,
series.
and maybe this whole trilogy. And when this last one comes out, you could probably even put the whole trilogy. I would imagine on there. I mean,
yeah.
What about teen romances?
Well, you'd have to put Say Anything.
Yeah,
I think has to be on that list. I think you have to put Say Anything.
Gregory's Girl.
Gregory Girls, you definitely have to put on there. I think you probably will have to put When Harry Met Sally, or you can't.
Well, that's not a teen romance.
No, but not a teen romance or a romantic movie. You have to put When Harry Met Sally or Sleepless in Seattle or both. I think you'd have to put one of those on there. I mean, Nora Ephron did so much for romantic movies, whether we want to admit it or not. She really did. You could put Heartburn on there for that matter. You could put Plenty on there. I think is definitely worthwhile.
Well, if you look at the Sight and Sound list, I think the romance that's highest listed is In the Mood for Love.
And that's another one. I can't stress, and that's very good. You bring it up. That has to be on there.
Maybe I'm so sorry. The one that's highest listed is actually their number one movie, which can be considered a romance, which is Vertigo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see that, definitely.
Well, the difference in that movie from being a romance is you kind of want romance to go both ways. That movie's really a movie about obsession. That's, you want the woman to have some say in it. I mean, I don't think that character is really that attracted to I don't think Kim knows
the romance doesn't come from the replacement girl. The romance comes from how he can't let go of the woman that he loved.
Yeah, but that's not romance. That's romance has to be like a feeling between two people. It can't be just that's obsession. That's another thing.
See, I don't know. I think it's all tied in. I think without a connection to another person, there's no reason to grieve them. So I think romance can be expressed in any stage, whether you're with them or not. When you are in love with someone, you long for them.
I think actually, if we're going on that basis, and all the movies that we've talked about are very good, but I really have to say, then the one that really does what you're talking about, Jamie, the two movies actually came out at the beginning of this century, and that would be In the Mood for Love and All the Real Girls. I don't think I've seen two more romantic movies, and maybe In the Mood for Love being the most. You talk about longing, that movie's all about longing. And the first half of All the Real Girls is all about longing. And when you reach to the middle of that movie and when she confesses to him what she does, which we all know that she does, then the movie goes on in a completely different path. But In the Mood for Love is all about longing. Maybe more so than even Dr. Zhivago. I mean, you have to have a heart attack in the middle of Red Square, you think, hey, it's Laura, and then you jump out of the streetcar and it's all over.
Speaking of longing, I mean, longing someone so much that you want to forget about them, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Thank you. That's the other, you really think this. You have, thanks for bringing it up, because that is another one we don't always consider in that category, but it really is. You have three really strong, let's put Little Children in there too, about adultery but another kind of longing. You had all these very powerful movies in the beginning of the decade, the beginning of the century. Very powerful movies in their own way. Fascinating, just absolutely fascinating.
And just from selfish reasons, the fact that I think Sailor and Lula are the iconic couple of the past 20 or so years, I would put Wild at Heart. It's like what have I put?
No, that's a good choice. That's a great choice.
I think that's good. I think you could make a case for True Romance being, extremely lovely in its own way, and Punch Drunk Love. That's a great one.
That is
from the beginning of the century. So
and actually, The Fly. I think The Fly is a great romance too. As crazy as that.
No, I mean, you could go for a lot of things. The problem is we're so boxed in. We think there are a lot of great, look, Kill Bill for that matter. Especially the second one, when it becomes apparent they really, in their own way, love each other. I mean, it definitely builds on what David Lynch was doing with Barry Gifford's Wild at Heart. But there's no doubt that Bill and Beatrice love each other. They have a strange way of showing it, but when they finally do get together, you do see that in the last third of Volume 2. You see that, but I think you see it better in True Romance as far as the Tarantino-esque romance is concerned. You do see it in Django, but only that.
I think his most romantic thing is still Jackie Brown.
I know Jackie Brown.
Between Jackie Brown and Max Cherry is just wonderful.
Oh yeah, no, that's there too. That's a very good thing, and we don't think about that. And unfortunately, that may be. I think that may be his favorite movie that he made, because he's not happy that movie has never gotten the reception that any of his other movies have gotten.